Here we go, folks. We are back again. My 10th anniversary is very soon. I have a really special guest. He is the first Ben Grimm in Marvel history ever in live action. He is Michael Bailey-Smith, live from the USA. Hello, Michael.
How are you, sir? How are you? Thanks for having me.
Oh,
Appreciate it.
appreciate it too, man. Yeah, I'm good. The weather here in Germany is good. You can walk outside, buy some food, something. Yeah. And how are
Where where
you?
where are you in Germany?
Essen, near Cologne, Düsseldorf.
Okay, so I'm going to be in Munich on the 24th and
Ah,
25th and 26th. Yeah, so I'm surprising my wife, and we're gonna fly on the 23rd, land in Munich on the 24th, and then we'll spend the 24th, 25th, and we're gonna go to Salzburg, Austria,
yeah.
just on a train to go there to go to Christmas markets, things like that. So yeah,
Yeah, Munich, really good wine X-Mix market. Was awesome food too.
yeah, I agree.
And
Cool.
you knew before Germany because you made a movie with a German producer from Constantine film.
I did.
You little knew about Germany. So before we start to the film, you an actor? Was this your first wish to become an actor, or have you another wish to dream for a job or something?
Yeah, so I grew up. A skinny kid, and in school I got picked on quite a bit, and beat up, and probably like a lot of kids, instead of using violence, I guess, to get back or
Hmm.
crawl in a hole. I use sports, and I worked hard on trying to become a really good athlete and to prove myself that way. That led to me joining the military. I
Oh,
was in the
oh.
82nd Airborne Division as a paratrooper, did that, and it got me. It's called the GI Bill, which is a like money to go to college. So I got out and I walked on at Eastern Michigan on the football team and played American football. Did that, became an All-American, and then went to the Dallas Cowboys. So I played football professionally for a very short period of time. I blew my knee out. And then, yeah, so those were like the dreams when I was younger. I've always wanted to play, professional football and things like that. I think every kid wants to do that. Probably in Europe, you want to play either basketball or soccer or
Yeah.
whatever, right? Every kid wants to do that. Same thing in America. It's either baseball or basketball or football, right? Or be a fireman or, a doctor or whatever, president. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, but for me, I had no inkling or idea of acting. I got into bodybuilding, and I can show you some pictures of me.
Oh, yeah. Please.
Let me show you some pictures of me. And I got into bodybuilding and was doing pretty well. This is me right before the Dallas Cowboys.
Wow. Oh my God.
Um,
You really fit. Yeah, yeah, you really a sports type. Wow.
yeah. So I was a pretty
Um,
big dude, and then I ended up going to. So I ended up going to California, and I befriended this guy named Steve Henenberry, who later became an American Gladiator back in the '90s, and he and I befriended each other. And he said, "Hey, I'm going up to Los Angeles to review this movie called Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5." And I got to play a bigger version of Freddy Krueger called Super Freddy. So
yeah.
that's so I ended up getting the role, and that led to me having a long career, 30-year career as an actor. And then so I did another movie after I did that one. It I studied for about a couple years to learn the craft of acting, and then uh, I ended up doing a small film little called CIA Codename Alexa, and then I had an audition for a movie called The Fantastic Four, and I didn't know a lot about it, but I knew of the Fantastic Four and Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, and you know, uh, you know, uh, Johnny Storm, and and of course the Thing, Ben Grimm. And so I went and read, and they liked what I did, and they said, "Can you come back again?" And so I came back again and met the director and producer, and yeah, and I getting the role. And so that's kind of how it led to that. So
Let me ask you how you get this role. How much offer you for this, or who offer you this role in the first
it's just
place?
a regular. It was just an audition. Right?
Okay,
So what happens in
audition. Yeah.
Hollywood, they producers will, they want to do a movie, and they'll hire a casting director, and they'll go and break down the script and say, and they'll have these things called some I forgot what it's called, but anyway, what they do is they put this out to all the agents and managers in Hollywood and around the world. Say, hey, we're looking for these roles. Please submit your actors that fit those roles. And so they were looking for, a big guy, and so I fit the character, and so I went into Red. There are other people that read for it too. I guess Patrick Warburton, he read for it. A lot of other people that later became famous, they read for it, but I ended up winning it. So yeah, that's kind of how it happened.
And when you shooting that film, have you imagined yourself? Oh, that could be a great movie. I'm the first thing, Bang Grimm at all. Have you something thoughts like that?
No, I didn't know the gravity of, or the seriousness, or the history of the Fantastic Four. I read the comic books. I knew of this, but I didn't know all of the dirty or dark dealings in the background. Knowing that we were making this film just to hold on to the rights. And so I just thought it was another film. I just thought, I'm in Hollywood and I'm making a movie, and yeah, so yeah, that's all I knew. I didn't know anything else.
And the script was even not finished when you starting there producing. The script was really late ready. I read it. And how was it for you to shoot this movie? I mean, when you heard this was a low budget movie, and then they made a low budget on thing. How was your feeling on that? I mean, you shooting a great movie and then say a low budget movie.
So we did. So everybody else was much more experienced than I was. Like Alex Hyde White,
Yeah.
he had been in Pretty Woman, and he'd been always, he comes from Hollywood royalty. His dad was Wilford Hyde White, and you got Rebecca Staub, who's been on a lot of different TV shows, and then you got Jay Underwood, who played Johnny Storm. I mean, he too is very seasoned, and then you got Joseph Culp, who played Doctor Doom. He came from Hollywood royalty as well. Robert Culp was his dad, and so for me, I'm still new. I had no idea or what a low budget film was. Now I worked on my first film was Nightmare on Elm Street, five, and I got to play that. And that was a bigger budget film, but then I did a movie in between that, which was very low budget. And when you start out as an actor, not every actor gets to work on multi-million-dollar movies right off the bat. A lot of actors, like me and others, will do low budget films for free, whatever, just to prove yourself, to get experience, and all those things like that. And so, I didn't. Yeah, I kind of knew it was low budget, but we had a job to do. I was hired to do a job. It didn't matter if it was low or
high budget.
It's you as actors, you put in the same type of work. I don't put in because it's low budget. I don't put in crappy work or don't work as hard as I would on a multi-million-dollar film.
That's true.
All it is maybe you get treated a little bit nicer. I mean, as towards you get a trailer, you get nicer food, maybe you get paid more.
Yeah.
But the work, as an actor, work is work. So that's what's
That's for you. When you say this is the same for you, would you say? Yeah. And have you ever met Bernd Eichinger? Have you ever met him?
I have not. No, I have not. He's passed away since then.
Yeah. Yes, a long time ago he's passed away. And when you're shooting all the film, when you noticed for the first time, oh, in the background is something going on that we never knew? Nothing?
No, didn't know anything about that, and until actually later, way later. We knew after we finished filming, it was really strange, and I didn't know, but other actors knew that, because I'm still new at this, right? Normally Hollywood shuts down probably like a week before Christmas,
Yeah.
and it doesn't open up again till probably first or second week of January. So it's really strange that we started filming like on December like 26th or 27th or 28th, right before the beginning of the next year. And so I think we started filming like 1993, like December or something like that. And so unbeknownst to us, it was because, Bernard Eichlinger needed to hold on to the rights,
Yeah,
right?
the copyrights.
Start production into something. And so we didn't know that. And so that part was strange, but when we actually started doing the work, and then once we finished, it was a low budget film shot in like 21 days, not very long, like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We shot Fast and Furious, and and then for me as an actor, you go on to the next thing. You go do all other auditions, you move on, and hopefully the films that you've done, everything turns out okay. But then I got a notice that we were going to show a trailer of the Fantastic Four at the Shrine Auditorium in Los Angeles. And so the other cast members and me, we went to the Shrine Auditorium, this big comic book convention.
Mm-hmm.
And they were going to show the trailer. And there was a line that was out the door, down the street, and around the corner to go see the film of the Fantastic Four, the trailer of it.
Yeah.
So we showed the trailer, and then we had like a little panel, but the people went crazy. They went crazy over this trailer because it was a good little trailer, right? It was
absolutely.
Good. And so me and Alex looked at each other and go, "Wow, I think we have something here." And now I had an acting coach that I studied with, and he always said, if you get your first big opportunity to put all your money, put money back into your career, promoting yourself to get to the next level, right? Everyone wants to get to this next level till they're all doing A movies,
Yeah.
And so me and Alex put together a plan, and I paid for a publicist.
Mm-hmm.
And so he went out and started promoting us and getting us out to doing comic book conventions, comic book stores. We went to like children's hospitals, radio stations. We did a bunch of different things, just promoting it.
Yeah.
I remember one time we were on a plane flying back from Florida, me and Alex, and I convinced the flight attendant to put the trailer of the Fantastic Four on the plane. And so the whole plane watched the Fantastic Four. It was pretty cool. And they cheered. So it was good. And we were doing this. And then we went to the comic book. We went to the San Diego Comic-Con. We went there. And we had like a little table there promoting the film. And listen, we knew it was low budget. We knew it was like, it was a lot going against us, and we were there, and then they had a panel of Stan Lee was there. So let me back up a little bit. So when I was filming, there was a part if you've seen the film, in the Baxter Building, when Ben Grimm runs into Alicia Masters, and I knock her over accidentally, and she drops her the little statue that she was making, and Stan Lee come up to me and goes, "Hey, Michael," I said, "you're doing a great job, first of all." He said, "Secondly," he goes, "you are what I envisioned when I created Ben Grimm." And I'm like, "Wow, thank you so much," And so I felt really good about that. And and then later on, when we went to San Diego Comic-Con, we were there, and they had this big panel. They had the whole table up on this dais, and they had all these people from the Marvel, the MCU, the Marvel comic universe. Marvel Studios was launched. They started that, and Stan Lee was up there and talking about all these movies they're going to be doing and things like that. And then someone in the audience says, "Hey, so what about the Fantastic Four? You know, and what's your opinion on this low budget film?" And he says, "Well," he said it to everybody, and it really hurt. It really hurt us. He said, "Well, we don't really give much thought about this. That's the last low budget thing we're going to do." And
Hmm.
I heard the actors tried really hard, but that was it. And I'm like, wow, he kind of smashed us. And so then, that was in like, I think August or something when the Comic Con happens. And then we were pushing to get the trail. Unbeknownst to me and a lot of people, Ollie Sassoni, the director, was doing all this stuff in the background, trying to finish the film and things like that. And he got it finished, and we were going to set up we had it set up a premiere at the Mall of America in Minneapolis to do a premiere. And we had all these people coming, and the cast was coming. We had celebrities coming and things like that. And then about I think first or second week of December, we got a call saying we had to stop everything.
Stop everything. They say stop everything.
Yeah, it's
Unbelievable.
cease and desist. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah. That's unbelievable. They say stop everything. Wow.
Yeah, because the rights were sold by 20th rights were sold to 20th Century. So now let's flash forward I would say about a year. So a year later, I have an audition at 20th Century Studios.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at the Chris Columbus, Chris Columbus, the director?
Yeah, of course.
So it was the Chris Columbus studios, and and so I had an audition there for some other movie, and I remember walking in the hallway, and I looked into the door, the door was open, I looked in, and I saw this little envelope that said F4 Pix on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew that they were doing the movie. I said, wow, and I walked in the office, and I called out, and I said, hello, anybody here? And this lady comes out back. She goes, hey, I see a little envelope here that says F4 Pix. Is that from the Fantastic Four? And she said, yes, we're doing that. And I said, wow. I said, so I want to let you know, I did the original Fantastic Four. She goes, what? I said, yeah. She goes, no, we're doing the first one. She goes, no, there was one before that. So she didn't even know there was another film before that. So anyway, so that's
crazy. Yeah. What you experienced, what you've been through, all that stuff. It's horrible. I mean, that is, you released the film, not ever in the world, but so many copies on YouTube. But I saw it on a convention here in Germany. I wrote you that on Facebook. I was thrilled. I was amazing. There was a Fantastic Four in my eyes. Really, you all made a great job. You, the Ben Grimm, and all the three. It's comic book like, and the costumes. I really like the costumes, by the way. And in the end, with the hand from that's from a car. It's amazing.
Some of that's pretty cheesy, but that's what you get with a low budget film, right? You do the best you can do with what you have, and so.
It was amazing, really. And the story, and Dr. Drew, He-Man, the actor from it, is so brilliant, so genius.
He's really good. Yeah. To me, I think he's probably, him, and I think what everybody did, but Joseph Culp's performance as Dr. Doom was really good.
Astonishing, breathtaking. He was like the villain, but he was also like the human inside from Dr. Doom.
Yeah, of course.
And that was brilliant too. When he in the final scene in the movie, and he stand there and he say a line and say, "Oh my God, that's breathtaking." Oh my God, He talks only not the villain. There's the human that talk too inside, and it was really amazing. And when you're shooting the role, have you say to you, I made it in a comic way, or I made it on your way, the character from Ben Grimm?
Oh, I played it like I would. I mean, it's my it's my interpretation of everything, and we all of us played it. No one tried to play it like a comic book. We played real people in a real situation. So I play a lot of bad guys, in my career.
Yeah.
And when you're playing a bad guy, you don't think that you're playing a bad guy. You think that you have a mission, you have a destiny, and you have to do that. If you try to play bad guys by being a bad guy, it doesn't come out right. You have to have passion and really believe in what you're doing.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
It's like in real life, right? It's like real bad people that are really, like mass murderers or whoever they are.
Yeah.
It could be they all believe the same thing. They believe that what they're doing is the right thing to them in their twisted mind, right? So that's what they think.
Absolutely. And I remember Roger Corman said in a documentary, they have no money for light, and the thing is on the street because there's light. I cannot imagine how hard this was for you just to hear we have no money for light. I cannot imagine it.
Yeah, I've done other low budget films like that sometimes, not a lot, but where you had to like just do whatever you had to do. Yeah,
that's it's crazy, really. And but Roger Corman say really, I think we produce a great movie, even when a low budget, but we produce a great movie about the Fantastic Four. He said, and that is really sad. Today we have the all the effects and stuff. Marvel can use the film to make the effects on it and then release it. And I not understand why they did it. Because the fans love it. Here in Germany, so many people love it. As I meet other people from other countries, they say there's a brilliant Fantastic Four movie at all. And when you look back, but after you guys, 3 other fantastic movies, 2004, 2007, and 2015. And for me, 2015 was the best one. The 2 from 2005 and 2007 are no. I cannot relate to that, because it was.
I haven't seen them.
You have not seen it, but because in the first 2 movies, I'm missing a really thing from the comic book. But you is all what I love from the comic book. And when the new movie came in 2015, and there was a great story. They tell the original stories. It became the Fantastic Four as younger people. So, and when I saw the movie, I said, "Wow, yeah, that's good work." And it was a great movie at all. But Doctor Doom is from F2. But they call in this movie he's from another planet. So okay, I get it, And then say the critican and all the Rotten Tomatoes and stuff is a bad movie. I say no, that was the best Fantastic movie after the 1994 version. So and I not understand why they not used the pitch to make another movie. It was a better movie as the 2 before, Yeah. And when I look back to the 1994 movie, it's all what I love, all what we comic books love, And, the costume from the Thing was for me really real, Because I knew a low budget costume. Yeah. But when I saw it now and back then, it's a great costume, really great costume. And how was it for you when the Thing came? It was another actor on the costume. And what you made you in that time when you not shooting Bang Grim?
Yeah, so the suit had to be started about 6 months before they even cast me, and so they had to hire, because of their experience with other actors who can't do like physical stuff, but they didn't know who they were hiring with me.
Yeah.
Who had played in the military, in tough situations and in football and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So they hired a really well-known stunt guy named Carl Ciafolio, really great guy. And so he got fitted for the suit and did that. So when I got the role, I thought I was going to play that character, and I was really disappointed that it happened. But what it did lead to was a really lifelong friendship with Carl Ciafolio, so it's really good. So
good thing. Yeah. Wow.
And so we still to this day talk. So he's a really good dude.
Wow, that's. I'm happy for you that you have a friend back. Friendship started back
Yeah,
then,
yeah, of
but
course, yeah,
that's a good thing, and that's happened in life.
yeah,
Unexpected friendships when you even know you stand before a friend.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
happened to me in my life too. So I understand the feeling too. So when you finish the movie and you hear it is not your release, how was the situation on set, or how you guys all feeling? Were you all down and say, what's going on here?
Yeah, well, I mean, because we're all working actors, we all went on to do, other movies and TV shows and things like that. But yeah, it's always disappointing when you put your heart and soul into something and then, it's when it gets shelved and no one's going to see it. Um, I felt bad for, I mean, all the cast members, but like Ollie, the director, he put like a year's worth of his time. There was a lot of people that gave a lot of their own time, like the orchestra, the music for that's all original music that
Oh,
was written
yeah,
and done for that movie. And a lot of people gave up a lot of their own time to, as actors, we got paid for it, right?
yeah. You pay for the music. Yeah,
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 but a
yeah,
lot of people didn't get paid for stuff. They just volunteered their own time. And so it's but that's how Hollywood is a lot.
yeah.
So
That's
it's
yeah.
Hollywood is show business, not show friends, right?
That,
So
that's true. Yeah,
it's all about the money.
it's all about money. Yeah,
Yeah.
but the movie released in the internet somehow, and have you remember when people saw the movie and came to you when they saw you on the street and they say, "Wow, you made a great job"? Have you experienced like that?
Yeah, because since that movie, I went on to do a 30-year career, over 100 movies and TV shows. And so I go, because some of the movies I've done since then, like in the horror genre, I've been pretty well known and famous. I sign autographs at different conventions and things like that for
Yeah.
those horror films. And I like The Hills Have Eyes and, Nightmare on Elm Street and Charmed and Buffy and things like that. And so, um, uh, yeah, I get people come up to me and say, "Hey, great job," and things like that. It's funny in the United States, if you're on the East Coast, like New York and things like that, they're much bigger comic book
Mm.
fans, it seems like, and they know who I am. And so I did an autograph signing probably about a month ago, and there was quite a few people they were Fantastic Four fans come up to me and wanted an autograph. So it was kind of cool.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. What a compliment. What a compliment. He was the first
Yeah.
penguin ever in history, you know? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so. He was the first live action version from it.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
that, and
Yeah.
that is, and
Yeah.
when is all this over? Have you missed some time to play Ben Grimm, or have you not some feeling?
Um, no, I don't know. It was a role that I did. I did the best I could, and I love the character. It was, and out of all the characters that I've played, he's probably one of the closest that's to me personally. I just, I didn't, there wasn't much acting, like really build a character. I just did myself,
Hmm.
and it seemed to work. And so, uh, yeah, I mean, I was blessed in that area. So, yeah.
You know, in my opinion, Marvel would call you to when you made a multiverse storyline, and you can bring all four of you back. That would be a great thing. I always
Yeah,
imagine, that
I, yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen, and I'm older now, so
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I know it's not gonna happen. But
yeah.
no, it was fun, and
Sadly,
when you get
no,
old,
but what a good idea. Would a good
yeah,
idea to bring
yeah,
you
no, I
guys back.
agree. When you get older in life, you start thinking about your past and things like that, and your future,
Yeah,
and so yeah,
yeah.
um,
But
all
it's a
good.
great idea, to bring Wolverine back, and that
Yeah,
was really awesome.
yeah,
I really love
yeah,
that movie, and I always imagine myself, come on, Marvel, give these four guys a 20-minute scene to bring back the original Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Be
That-
like a little cameo in the movie.
Yeah.
Or like I was sitting around having a cup of coffee or whatever, and the Fantastic Four goes, "Hey, how you guys doing?"
Yeah, something like
whatever,
that. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
But they made a new Fantastic Four movie came out next year. I'm really thrilled. This in the '60s, in another world, another timeline. So I'm so, I think they were a good movie. I think, but Forever
Yeah,
You, the original
I have
one.
to- I have not watched any of them, and I think people have asked me why I haven't watched any other ones. I said, well, it's kind of like the same thing as, you had a girlfriend and now she's dating somebody else, and so
Mm.
I don't want to know anything about it. So,
Mm.
but I don't know.
But tell me, when you're on the street where you live or when you're on the way, have you experienced that too? That people recognize you and they say, "Wow, hey, Bang Room, great job." Have you experienced like that too?
Not for that, because
Okay.
we didn't get it wasn't like a big, it was a shelved film. So if I go to autograph signings, people will know who I am and they'll want to autograph from that, things like that. But nah, I don't get that. I mean, online, people will say, hey, and I'll say it's Clobbering time, whatever, I'll do that. But yeah, so.
But it was a really great movie at all, and it's forever in my heart. You forever the original one in my eyes.
Thank you. It was an honor to do that. So yeah, it was good. I was a part of history, so which is kind of nice.
Yep, absolutely. And
Yeah.
let me ask you, came Stan Lee ever visit the set from the Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
Is it
I
true?
mentioned
Is it
earlier.
true?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he came into the set and gave me a nice compliment. And he's a nice guy. So yeah, nice guy.
What was your reaction when he saw the set, the costumes? What was his reaction? Do you remember?
No, not really. He seemed to be pleased, but then when we went to the San Diego Comic-Con, he didn't seem to be pleased then. But I think too, he had committed to doing bigger versions, which is great. I mean, remember at the time, we were like the last of the low-budget superheroes. There was
Yeah.
Captain America, and there was
Yeah.
Punisher, and all these other movies that were like kind of lower budget stuff, and so. We were the last of that. So yeah, now he's playing with the big boys with a studio and
Stuff, yeah.
Marvel Comic Studios and all that stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. And then came a documentary about the Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
And, how was it for you to
It was interesting. I had to when they asked me, do you have any memorabilia from the Fantastic Four? And I have like a box full of stuff that I saved.
Oh.
I have like
Wow.
I have old like shirts that we had. I had pictures. I had articles.
Wow, that's cool. That's
yeah.
cool. Wow.
Yeah, I have a bunch of different stuff here. Let me show you this. This is
Okay.
show you this right here. Hold on.
Okay.
This is a piece of artwork that someone gave me. It's pretty original. So this right here.
Wow.
So
Oh
somebody-
my
I-
God.
This is from the Fantastic Four. I forget who it's signed by, but it's original artwork that someone gave me.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Amazing. Wow.
Yeah, so it's got a whole like storyboard sheet.
Wow,
I
thank
saved
you.
This, so this is kind of cool. So I have this, and it's got.
And when you saw that now, when you see that in your hand now, what was your feeling when you see it?
Oh no, it's cool. It's cool. Listen, I grew up, in small towns. My dad was in the Air Force.
Yeah.
Never really had a small, a hometown, and traveling around never being in one place longer than like a couple of years, and then, being always in the shadows, with with people that were more popular or better looking or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, you
right?
looks great, by the way. By the way, you
No,
looks.
no.
Oh,
So
come
anyway,
on.
but
Yeah,
you know all these back in the day, and then
yeah.
then being able to get into Hollywood and do that, and I'm just I'm blessed to be able to do that. But it just
I understand
I
what
don't
you
know.
mean.
So yeah, it's
And
cool.
let me ask you: have you remember when you hear, oh, the fantastic movie is on internet? Is there something? Is a memory on there? Have you hear from that, or you not notice?
No, I remember it. People say, "Hey, it's on YouTube now," so it's kind of nice. And there's like some pretty crappy versions, where the color and the video quality is terrible.
Yeah.
But then some people have done some stuff where they refreshed it and re-rendered it and things like that. It looks a lot nicer. So yeah.
And have you watched it? Have you watched it or not?
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
And
My wife, I
ah,
just got married about seven months ago.
yeah.
And my wife loves it, so she thinks it's a great movie.
It's
So.
amazing when your wife say that. What a compliment! What a compliment is that?
Yeah,
From
agreed.
your own wife became a such compliment. And when you saw the movie for yourself, was this the first time or second time?
What do you mean? I don't.
Was the second time? Was the first time when you saw on the internet or the second time?
Oh, I've seen it before.
Yeah.
So I have copies of it. So I have like original copies of the Fantastic Four.
I'm glad you have a copy for yourself. Really,
Yeah,
I'm really glad. And I remember there was only one preview of the movie, and that canceled, right? They want to
Yeah.
make a preview, but they canceled that, right?
Yeah, they canceled. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow, amazing! That's amazing, incredible, and strange is that, And
Yeah.
and I think he was all ready for some signing stuff and see the fans and stuff, and then they cancel.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, what is that? It's horrible, really. And when you then leave the set and go home, and you even knew the film was never released, how you feel after that? Have you a sad feeling for weeks, or was this for you over when you get home?
No, it was sad.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
sad. It
yeah,
was sad. I think everybody was pretty devastated by that be happening. Not knowing why
Mhm.
or anything, and so yeah, it was heartbreaking. But again,
yeah.
Hollywood is tough business.
And that's the acting way. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's true. And you were on Buffy. I want to ask you on that. How you remember how you were on Buffy? Buffy is a really culture, phenomenal series. For me, really important because of the series. I learned to survive. I learned to myself for my life. How you remember on Buffy, on the set, on a shooting day.
Oh, it was good. It was good. I love being on the show. I had a great character. This is my character here. I'll show you. The character.
Ah, yeah, yeah, that flame man. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
remember.
his name's Toth.
Yeah, genau, yeah.
So he was cool. He was good. And this is me on Charmed.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, really
and
good.
here's another one. Let me see. Yeah, some others here. I played Shax too.
Yeah,
On
yeah,
that, yeah. And I
yeah.
played Grimlocks on Charmed. So I played 3 or 4 different characters on Charmed,
Wow.
which is pretty cool. And then yeah, and then what I'm one of the things that I won an award for was The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, that
Brilliant,
Alex Aja. Yeah, yeah.
brilliant.
So,
And on Buffy, tell me about Sarah Michelle Gellar. How was your feeling about her? When the way you saw her?
oh,
Tell
she's
me.
nice, nice lady. I was the demon for the week,
Yeah.
and it was nice. Yeah, so it was good. So it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's nice. I was definitely blessed to be able to be on that show, so it was good. So
Yeah, really pop culture,
Yeah.
even today people love that, for me, Buffy ended in a good way, Angel did not, you know, and they made a final movie after 20 years. But David Boreanaz say many years ago, we planned something and then he never speak again. Sadly, I think that is about that was come out from Joss Whedon. He was violent on the set and stuff, and you know, as a fan, when I hear Joss Whedon was so rude and so, you know, so horrible on the set, I cannot imagine this man give me so much great memories of my life. You know, I was never imagine myself he can acting like that.
Well, you know, I've worked with a lot of different types of people, and it could be a producer, it could be a director, it could be actors who either have been really nice or been really terrible. And you know, what goes around comes around, right? And so
Yeah, but it is
eventually,
horrible.
eventually it'll catch up to you, and eventually Hollywood might put up with it for a little while, but then they'll get rid of you. And I don't think you know. And so I know a lot of people are not working anymore because they were, you know,
Yeah, but
assholes.
because
So
yeah,
yeah,
asshole, yeah, but because when you saw the episode from Buffy and Angel, and you never imagined it was a horrible on the set, you have know the feeling, you know,
yeah,
when
yeah.
they
Well, it's like anything.
yeah,
It's like a marriage, right? You see a couple walking down the street, and they look happy, but when they get home, they might be angry at each other. You
yeah,
just don't know.
yeah. But when I came to that, I say, so many people have problems with him, and I say, no, no way. He made
Yeah,
such a great series and movies, Avengers, of course, too. You know, one of the best Marvel movies ever in history from the
yeah.
franchise. You know, and then I read it. He made some terrible thing, and I say, oh, you know, come on, guys, that is terrible. You know, as a
Yeah.
fan, you cannot imagine yourself. So, but it's true what you say. You can saw people on the street and they're happy, and then they get home. It's terrible. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
That's life.
You just don't know. You
Yeah,
just don't know.
that's life. Yeah, and you won on the X Fields too. I read it and I saw, of course.
X-Files. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
did X-Files. Yeah.
how was you remember on that day and the
Yeah,
David
X-Files was
Duchovny?
good.
Yeah.
I got to work with the gal. I forgot her name. But I got to work with her. I just had a couple scenes. It was not very big, but you know, the thing is, to get a role like that, like anything, there are probably 100 people reading for the same thing,
Mm,
auditioning for the same role, and
yeah.
so you know, you get blessed where you get to, you know, you win it. So
Yeah.
you know, I was blessed. So
Yeah.
yeah,
When you
yeah.
won on X Files, have you noticed? Oh, they have a huge fan base.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really amazing, you know. And after all these years, you know, they made choose more seasons, and you know, it was good to see them both back, but it was not
Yeah.
good at all, you know.
Yeah.
The 10th season 10 was good. Season 11, I say, oh God, Carter, what you do? It's not X Files,
Yeah.
but we have a difference here because David Duchovny as Fox Mulder have a really famous voice in Germany.
Yeah.
Because of his voice, Benjamin Fels is his name. He gave him Mulder's voice. Because of this voice, there's so much pop culture in Germany, and they cut it off him. When they shoot the second movie, he never get the voice role again. And then the same discussion when season 10 and 11 came out, and he say, "Come on, guys, I helped you for made a pop culture in Germany, and you not give me the more money." And he want not all millions of it, he want 2,000 or 3,000 euro. There's nothing about millions. So, and then 20 Fox to say, no, we will not do this with you. And then they, uh, you know, they pick a really bad voice at all. And
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
in Germany, we say, what, you kidding, guys? That it's not the X-Files that we knew. So it's really bad, you know. And that is, you know, for all of us, is that here in Germany, the acting is the second part. For us in Germany, the important part is just the voice, only the voice, because they dub it in Germany. You know,
Yeah.
for us as in Germany, is the voice more important as the acting from the original, you know. And when then you saw it and they took the role, well, you know, you sit here like you sit here on my TV, and I watch the first 5 minutes from X-Files, season 10, episode 1, and then after 5 minutes, I play on my button, and I stopped, and I say, "You're kidding? That's not Fox Mulder. That's not the Fox Mulder I knew." So I turned down the broadcast in Germany and watched the rest in English. You know.
Yeah. I remember I was doing a movie in Bulgaria with Jean-Claude Van Damme. A movie, and I saw one of my movies, and they dubbed it in Bulgarian, and it was great.
In Bulgarian? Oh my God!
It was good. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
And they use your voice or another voice?
No, they dubbed it Bulgarian, so it was kind of cool. Yeah.
And it hears good in Bulgarian.
Yes, it's better than me.
Better than you.
Yeah,
oh, well, that's really that's really crazy. And you won on Final Voyage, Nest Bridges, Men in Black 2, saw, and you have a really long list. They Are Lives. Yeah, They Are Lives. You know, what a famous soap opera in American. Yeah. How you remember Days on Your Lives on your role there?
I don't know. I don't remember. You do so much, you just don't know. Like, oh wow, I did that. I'm like, I don't remember that. Some I do remember, but other things I don't. So there's like bits and pieces that you remember, and especially when you've been doing it for so long, you just know. So yeah.
Have you stayed in contact with the others after Fantastic Four?
Alex, I got married about 7 months ago. Alex came to the wedding, my wedding, which is really nice. And then I keep in contact with Rebecca. Jay, not so much. Ollie, I do quite a bit. And Joseph, he lives in somewhere in Europe now. He does a lot of stuff between the two. But yeah.
Well, it's good. Good that you have nephews have all stay in contact of some way.
It's pretty interesting. It's what happened to the film was kind of like a twisted blessing, because if you think about it, if it had been finished and released, it would have been just known as a low budget Fantastic Four film. But because it was shelved, it built up this kind of online underground community of people that were fans of it and said, why wasn't it released? And all those things like that. And, this documentary came out, and it just kind of built this whole underground hype. And so it, again, like a twisted blessing a little bit. It hurt a lot of people, but at the end, it's actually benefited a lot of people. So it's interesting.
I remember Roger Corman say when the film is out in the internet, the reaction was glorious. He say, and that is a great movie, say the fans say. That you say, and you can say you made a great movie at all. That is the thing. That's the thing you can say. I have respect for you that you was in the military. It must be a hard time for you when you're in the military.
It was hard. I mean, it was tough. It's not like, but it's your job, right? You to serve the country, right? And I picked a unit that was an elite unit, the 82nd Airborne Division and paratrooper, and so I did that. My oldest son is he's in the military. He does even stuff way more special than I've ever done. So my older son. I have two sons, so yeah.
Oh, that was my next question. Have you show your kids the Fantastic Four movie ever before?
When they were kids, when they were little, yeah.
Yeah. And what was the reaction from your kids?
At the time, they didn't really. Only now, just recently, have they really realized what their dad did. Hey, gosh, my dad did a lot of cool stuff. But when they were little, they didn't know. They just thought it was just that's what dad does. It's not a big deal. So
that is it's a great thing to do with your children. Something so great movie. I think it's a great thing because the first reaction is honest from their heart, so that's a really good thing. And you made so many things in your life. I read something of a really whole list. How you are thankful to you have get every role so every year. I mean, how thankful
Yeah.
for that you are.
I am very thankful. I'm very blessed. But, good blessings a lot of times just don't come because you're sitting around. They come because you make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
You study, you work hard, you hustle. It doesn't matter what kind of industry you're in. It could be in the Hollywood industry. It could be in computers. It could be like what I do now in sales. I work really hard to be successful.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and the thing is, if you do that, then and you work hard and smart, you do pretty well. And so that's kind of what I've done. So
yeah,
very blessed.
yeah.
So and it's yeah. So
You can do me a favor. Well, when we finish the interview, I would be happy when you can send me an autograph from you. I really need you on my wall.
yeah, no worries.
That
I'll
would
do
be
that.
that would be cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I show you the autograph from Alex. He was so thankful. I understand he have not the time to get all my email, but what the many words he wrote to me for fantastic. I say really fantastic, and he say, "Oh, Ollie, thank you, appreciate that, man." And then he sent me the autograph. I'm so happy. I'm so happy, and I'm glad that hey, I give him on that day a good feeling too, and
Good.
that was a great thing in my eyes,
That's good.
Yeah, absolutely, because he is a first of all a great actor, a sort of great actor for a Fantastic Four movie at all. And Joseph, he was on a final season of Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He played the President Roosevelt, by the way. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, when I first watched the episode, I ever knew that this was Doctor Doom. And then I remember 2 years later, I watched it again. And then was the one scene, and I stopped on my computer and said, wait, you knew that face. How is this actor name? And then I googled how the episode, and
Yeah.
that's Victor for Doom. I said, no way, he is a Marvel production.
Yeah.
It was great, and he played Roosevelt really good. Some in a wheelchair. They time travel to this point in history on a final season on Marvel's Age of Shield. It was great. He was a great job, and oh wow, it was really blessed, it was really blessed, and finally I say one of you ended up in a Marvel production. When you ask me, you all deserve to on a Marvel production or series of movie something, because you earned it. You shown the world for the first time the Fantastic Four all in live action, and that is
Yeah.
the thing that never can take away from you. You can ever
Yeah.
say in your whole life, "I'm the ever only original Ben Grimm," and that you earn yourself. That's a really, really great thing. That is what I
Thank you.
say. Oh, you're welcome, man. Really, and I appreciate that I have you here and to talk with you. And thank you for so many something to share with me. I really appreciate that.
No, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You do. You're really a great guy.
Thank
And
Thank you.
even I too have went through some tragedies. In my life, I've seen people in front of me get killed and things like that, and I just it's whatever. Friends of mine, and there's so much. Hopefully that you can keep your very special, really warm and caring and friendly guy, and there's not a lot of those kind of people walking around on this planet. So just keep doing what you're doing, and enjoying life, and and just
Thank
be
you.
cool and special. Yeah.
I think you really appreciate it on the way you saw me. great Christmas.
Thank you.
And my best to your wife. And say to your wife from me, she married a great man. So can you tell her? Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. See you. Bye.